Dave Monk on BBC Essex, and throughout the programme yesterday afternoon, I was speaking to loads of people who got gongs from the Queen's Platinum Jubilee Honours List, so the birthday honours, the Platinum Jubilee birthday honours list. But it's not just individuals. There are lots of organisations, charities and so on who've received the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. Now, one of those is Grant a Smile. It was set up by my next guest, she's from Loughton, to help clean and declutter the homes free of charge of families coping with severe illness. And during lockdown, they also did loads of other things as well. Joyce Obaseki. Joyce, hello.
Hi.
And you also got the British Empire Medal, didn't you?
I did, yes. Yes, I did. I was nominated by Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, for this award, and it's great. It's lovely to be recognised.
And when was that? When did you get that award?
I was nominated shortly after the lockdown, and we received the award in May, just past May.
Fantastic. Look, these awards they're a nod, aren't they? They're a thank you very much for all you've done. But of course, people don't do it for awards. Just explain to me about Grant a Smile. Tell me all about the organisation and what you do.
Sure. Grant a Smile is an intervention service that caters to the practical needs of families who are unable to declutter or clean their homes as a result of chronic mental health or terminal health conditions. And initially, when we started, we were just focused on parents living with young children who were having it, who were finding it difficult to cope with looking after the children and doing the house chores as well. And as a teacher, which is my background, I realized that social services are already far stretched and most times are unable to provide the practical support that these parents needed. And that's one of the reasons why I actually quit my job as a teacher to set up this organization, because there was none offering that practical intervention to families. So when we started, it was just predominantly for parents. But very quickly, with all the media and the press attention we were getting, we realized that so many other people were suffering mentally as a result of, the state of their homes. So
it's such a practical thing, isn't it? Because we are all affected by our environment, aren't we? We're all affected by what goes on around us. But I don't think we realise just how much we can be affected by clutter and junk around us. And that's the essence of this, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's the fact that when your space is clean and clutter-free, your mental health, your physical, health is definitely impacted as well as a result of the space that you live in. It's psychological. I don't know how people can actually, if you have a mental health condition or a chronic health condition, I don't know how you're expected to recover when the state of your house is so overwhelming for you as an individual. So it all starts from, our space, our living space, and because that has a huge impact on our mental health for sure.
Joyce,
that's one of the reasons.
Sorry to interrupt you, but going back a little bit further, you said you started working with parents, but what was it that actually triggered in your mind? Do you know, it's clutter, it's rubbish, it's an unclean house that's doing this. What actually triggered that in your mind?
What made me start the enterprise? Yeah, it was like I said before. I was a teacher at the President Academies, and I came across a lot of children coming to school with dirty uniforms, and they were bullied quite a lot by other kids, as kids would be. And unfortunately, the issue was the lack of practical support in their homes. And this particular child that triggered the opening of Grant a Smile was because his mom had cancer, and at that time she was struggling to cope with the house chores, and so his uniform was always dirty. And when I searched the internet to find an organization that could offer that practical service, I couldn't find any. And hence why I just quit my job. And I thought there's a gap here. Let's support more families that are really struggling at home.
That's brave, isn't it? Quitting your job.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's the answer.
It was crazy. Many people thought I was going through middle life crisis because who would do that? Who would quit their job? And I was in a senior position as well. So I've done quite a lot in the education sector, and then to quit that to be cleaning people's homes for free, it just didn't make any sense. And people find that as very dirty volunteering, they call it. Yeah, it's very back-breaking tasking, to clean other people's homes, especially hoarders, people who are hoarding things, who have hoarded things for years. Of course, it's tough, but the impact is what really matters. And for me, it was what I was giving back. It's definitely more than a smile, and because it goes beyond just having a clean home. The impact of what we do goes beyond that, and that's, for me, it's really rewarding.
How were you able to continue operating during lockdowns, during the COVID crisis? How did you sort of change the organisation?
We didn't change a lot of the things, but we just went with the government guidance on how to keep safe.
Right.
And we just kind of limited the amount of time to go into their homes. Usually we do it every week. It's not a one-off service.
Right.
So it's a weekly service. We go in every week to clean, to do the garden, to help with the children and stuff. But there was no school, so everybody was home. So we would come, and everyone, when it's time to clean, for example, everyone would be locked in one room, and then we do what we can do around. So we just kind of walked around where we could do. And we added the shopping aspect as well. So we started doing the shopping for them because they couldn't go out. These are vulnerable people. And we would go and do the shopping, and they just drop it by the door. So just basically doing things around lockdown that are safe for us and for them too.
And what's the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service meant for the organisation itself?
Oh, it's great. It means that people can trust us. It means that what we're doing has a great impact. It's like having the Queen's stamp on your business, and the Queen is saying, yes, I approve of what they're doing. So it's kind of motivating our volunteers as well, because they've been recognized for what it is that they're doing. They're going over and above the call of duty to do something so dirty, keep getting your hands dirty in that manner. Some people, even people without chronic health conditions, struggle to clean their homes. But to be doing it for free and to be recognized by the Queen, it's motivating. So
it's like an organisation. It's like a voluntary organisation getting the MBE, isn't it? That's what I always think of it as, the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. It's like an MBE for a voluntary organisation, which is a big deal, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Do you get to meet the Queen or anything like that? How does that work?
Yes, we were invited to the Queen's Garden party when we first got the MBE, which is what you're talking about, in 2019. So we went to Buckingham Palace, and we were able to meet the Queen, and the entire royal household actually were there. So it was really good to be in that. In the backyard of the Queen, which is often don't get access to.
I love it. I love the backyard of the Queen. So did you say to the Queen, look, if you want me to pop in and do a bit of cleaning while I'm here, I'm fine with that.
No, I didn't say that. I'm sure she has.
I think she's probably got enough people, hasn't she? What are your plans for growing the organisation? What's the next plan for you?
I mean, it's to take it global, really, and to go to every region in the UK, because we're getting a lot of referrals from people as far as Kent, Surrey, Liverpool, Birmingham, and they keep saying, oh my God, this is a much needed service in this region. You need to expand. So, the goal, the dream is to expand to those other regions and hopefully get the support that we need in terms of funding as well, because that's another issue, getting the funding we need so that we can support those areas that obviously need us to support families there. Because now it's not just the parents that we support. We support anyone who is just, battling and, unable to declutter or to find the will to do those things, because we know the mental and psychological impact it has on you if your house is clean and clutter-free.
Joyce, again, wonderful to talk to you. Thank you so much. Joyce Obaseki from Loughton, whose organisation is called Grant a Smile. So Joyce herself has got the British Empire Medal, and the organisation was awarded the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service, which I'll say again is like a sort of MBE for voluntary or charitable and voluntary organisations. It's a big deal. It's Dave Monk, it's BBC Essex. We've got the travel news coming up very soon after Aretha Franklin and Respect.